I'm Tracy from GrizzlieKnits, and welcome to my knitting podcast, a place where I talk about fiber and what I'm working on, what I've finished, and all the yarny things that we're all interested in. It's been a long time since I've podcasted. I had to take a little break, and you'll notice I'm in a brand new setting. I had to give up my yarn room. It was needed by another family member, which I am happy to do. And so I've set up a little crafting corner for myself, and it seems to be working out pretty well. I've got some yarn hanging on the wall, and I have a beautiful cabinet here with more yarn. And yeah, lots to talk about. I was wondering how I'm going to do this because I can't really talk about absolutely everything I've made and bought and things I wanted to show you in the past 10 months. So I've just picked some things, and probably over the next few months, I'll be sharing the things that I really want to show you. So let's just get started because there's lots to talk about. So grab your knitting or your crocheting and a drink and just sit back and relax and hear all the good things. Okay, where should we start? Let's just start with what I'm wearing. This is a vest I made probably, I think in February I finished it. It was a very quick knit. It is called, if I'm looking down because I have a little book here to help with my memory, it's called Take Your Time Vest by Caidree. I'll just stand up a little bit just so you can just see how cute it is. And I made it with Patton's wool I got from Michael's, and I did 4.5 millimeter needle. So I think I followed exactly what it said. I did make a size medium and it is a little bit big. So I think I could have gone for a small, but I love it and I wear it so much, especially when the weather is cool. I wore it with like long sleeves. So I'm kind of happy it's oversized and big. Anyway, that's one thing. So I picked 3 finished objects that I've made a little bit more recently. And let's get started. So one is just a pair of socks. I haven't made a lot of socks, to be honest. I've kind of like just been working on other things. So this is just a plain vanilla sock. So my usual, which is 56 stitches and heel and gusset, and yeah, just these are scraps, and this is yarn from Yarnable. So last fall I decided to get a few Yarnable boxes, and they were really good, really nice yarn, beautiful. I stopped because just the expense, the shipping, because I am in Canada, and the exchange, they were just, it was costing very expensive, very expensive skein of yarn, but really beautiful. So this is, I don't even remember what it was called. Yeah, I didn't write that one down. But anyway, pair of socks, really nice. I think I will enter these in the Crazy Sock Ladies summer camp. Probably the only pair I will actually have in there, but that's fine. And I look forward to wearing them when the weather cools down. I don't think I'm a summer sock knitter too much, I've noticed, because I don't wear a lot of socks in the summer, like just sandals. So maybe because of that, I just don't have the excitement for socks like I do in the fall and the winter, but they were still fun. Okay, what else? All right, this was made, let me just show you. So I made this top. I just finished it probably about a month ago. And it is the, why can't I find it here? Oh, the Open Edge Tee by Jessie Maed Designs. And it was a lot of fun to knit. So it has this like very deep V, and then this really neat like stitch that she has in quite a few of her designs. If you hear a little barking noise, I have a little dog here. He's falling asleep. which is good. And he doesn't understand why I'm talking to this little box thing. But anyway, back to this. So it has really cool sleeves, and her patterns are so good. They fit really well, and they really explain everything so perfectly. I've made, I think, about 3 of her patterns. And then it even has that stitch at the bottom. So I really love doing this. The only thing is I'm gonna have to reblock it, because if you notice, this is a little wider than this, but it's not that it was knitted wider, it curls. But I did pin it already once, so I'm hoping that I can fix that. The yarn I had in my stash for a really long time, I think 2020, and it is from the yarn dyer Sorella in the US, and she had, and I don't know if she still has it, every year it was called an Oopsie sale, and it's kind of a mystery, so you just, you order it and you get 4 skeins of yarn, and she gives you the colors, but she always makes sure you get at least 2 or 3 that are the same so you can make a garment. So that's what it came in this color, and it's so pretty. I really love it. The other color was this green, but I used it a while ago and I can't even remember what for. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. And you can also put, if you don't like certain colors, and she'll make sure that you don't get those colors. That was a fun thing. So the Open Edge Tee by Jessie Maed Designs, really loved it. Okay, what else do we have? I have to get used to this new setup. All right, I also wanted to show you one more thing that I made. It was a friend's birthday, and I needed a quick, fairly quick gift. So she has what I made her, but I've made myself too. So I really wanted to show you it, because in case you are interested in making a gift. So these are wall hangings. I'll just show you like this. And I made her one in these colors. So this pattern is called the Woodsboro Wall Hanging by Peony Knits. And it's on Ravelry, and she has her own website. And it is using Lion Brand Quick and, what's it called? Quick and Thick? Thick and Quick? Thick and Quick. And it is, it doesn't even use a whole skein. So it's a very affordable gift as well. And it's just fun. It's done, this is a super bulky yarn, and it's done on big needles. So this one I actually put on a branch, and this one I got like one of these sticks from Michael's. And I have 2 of these on my walls, and I just love them. I think they're really cool looking. They're kind of like that macrame look, but I don't really know how to do that, so I just know how to knit. Anyway, so it's a great pattern. You can probably have a lot of fun with it in different colors. And like I said, I think it took me like 2 days. I honestly think you could get it done in a day. Yeah, and it just makes a nice gift. So that's the Woodsboro Wall Hanging. I'm going to write everything down below in the description box. So if you see anything that you need the name of or the designer or anything like that, you can just go and have a little look there. Okay, what else? All right, so I'm going to leave that as my finished objects for now. And then I think the next podcast, I'll do another bunch of finished objects that we've missed. All right, so I have quite a few, as you probably guessed, quite a few whips going in my life right now. The blanket starting was out of control during the winter. I feel like every few weeks I was starting another blanket, not finishing, but starting. So I have a lot of blankets started, and the problem is I really like them. I really want to finish them. So I'm going to just pick I think today I'm just going to show you one that I'm working on, and then every podcast I'll just bring another one, and hopefully I'll have more progress made. Not going to start a blanket for a while because I have too many. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to start with the first one. So I am making a granny square blanket. Let me just get my notes. In the daisy square pattern. So I'm not a great crocheter. I find it hard, not like knitting, but I love it. I love the look of it. So I had to learn. All I knew was the plain granny square, but I really liked this look of the daisy granny square. So I learned it off YouTube. And it took a few tries, more than a few, but I eventually got it. So I am making this blanket. I'll show you it. I started putting it together. This is how it looks. And you can see it's a little bit different than a regular granny square because it's got like a little bit more going on there. And once you get the hang of it, it really works. So it really makes sense. And you can, I've memorized it. So that's also really nice. I put this on Instagram and I said I didn't know how I was going to join it. I've tried joining as you go, but I guess it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me and it looks a little bit like messy. So I found a few tutorials on how to sew it, and it actually took me a few different tries until I found something I really liked. So I do like this one. It gives a really kind of almost invisible seam. So all you do is you put both your squares the wrong side out like that, and then you're just kind of, I don't know if it's called whip stitching. I don't know. And you just sew it down. And it's easy, and I really like the look. If you look up invisible sewing granny square together, there's a lot of videos on it. It's not hard. If I can do it, it's not hard. Anyway, I love it. I got this yarn from Michael's. So let me just show you my basket of yarn here. I keep it in this basket. This is going to be a gift. It was going to be a gift for September. It's no longer a gift for September. Now we're aiming for December. Got to give myself a little bit more time. Okay, back to the yarn. Loops and threads. This is all the yarn. And it comes so much in one ball. So my colors are, I love my colors. I'm so happy with them. This is plum. We have almond. So almond, I got 2 balls, and I'm making, like, every one has almond in it to try to, make it look a little more cohesive. This one is baked. I love this color. I am so into this color. I want to make some garment out of that color. This one is called Smoke. And then the blue is called Laurel. Okay, so that's all from Michael's, and it's all acrylic, and it's really nice yarn to make a blanket out of. What I've also done, and I showed this on Instagram, I bought off Amazon. It's a, what's it called? Like a blocker, like a granny square blocker. So it comes with these, a whole package of these, and you can move them around, put them where you want. And I have a little spray bottle of water. So when I'm done one, I just give a spray and I put it on. And it seems to be, blocking them really nicely. And then I just kind of stack them up and then I add them to the blanket. So I'm having a lot of fun with this. Again, this was very inexpensive off Amazon, so I'm glad I bought it. And yeah, so that's the blanket I'm going to show you. Like I said, there's a lot more blankets going on, but I'm trying to really focus on that blanket. Okay, what else do we have? All right, I started another pair of socks while I'm happy, like I'm feeling good about finishing those socks, so I want to keep that going. In this little basket, I'm doing a Scrappy pair, and these little balls are left over from my sweet Sparrow Advent that I got in 2023. And you can see they're just the prettiest little colors. Some of them have a little sparkle to them. I just love these colors. And I'm just doing magic loop, 2.25 millimeter needles, and I've really only done the cuff so far. But I am doing them like separate but together, if you know what I mean. I find if I do one whole sock, I don't want to do the other sock. So this way I I give each sock turns, and it just works out so much better for me. So I finished the cuff, and now I'm starting this stripe. The pattern I'm doing, I'm just making up my own really. It's just going to be, when I change colors, I'll do a knit and a slip and a knit and a slip all the way around, and then I'll just do, I don't know how wide I'm going to do the stripes yet, but I'll let you know. And that's it. So I'm having fun with these. And that is another whip. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, this is a little bit of a funny whip for me. My daughter is going off to university, and I wanted to make her something cute. She doesn't wear knitted things, so she doesn't wear socks or hats or sweaters or anything. So I had to think of something that I wanted to make her that, would be cute. So I found this cute pattern it's actually called Cute Loaf Cats. And it's just a cat. It's by Caraway art. And honestly, if you're a good crocheter, you could probably make this in half an hour in your sleep. But I'm not gonna say I'm struggling, but it's taking brain power. So first of all, you need the super bulky yarn, and I got it in the Bernay blanket yarn. That's what she recommends. And this is let me just see, the colorway is Beach Foam. It's 100% polyester, but it's really soft. And I'm doing it in 6 millimeter needle hook. And I started this July 22nd, and this is how far I've gotten. It looks, I don't know. Wait, so, okay, it looks, I can't remember I can't remember how it looks. No, you know what? It's this. Okay, those are like the little feet. It's gonna go like that. There we are. It's gonna go like that. This is where I'm gonna put the eyes, and then the ears puff out a little bit. Can you kind of see it? Like that? Okay. Anyway, we're gonna keep going with this. We're going to say a little prayer that it works out and that it's cute enough to give my daughter. It's really cute. I hope this works out, because what a cute little, you could make really cute little gifts. She has a whole bunch of patterns. I love these cute little patterns. I found a YouTuber called Crochet Jenna. Jenna is Jenna, and she has such cute dogs and cats and dragons and all sorts of things. And all crochet out of this type of yarn, all the chunky, soft blanket yarn, and they look so cute. Anyway, we're gonna keep on going, and hopefully we'll get a cute cat to show you. And this is in my beautiful Jenna Rose bucket bag that I got a few years ago. Okay, how are we doing here? So these are all the whips that I'm working on actively right now. Okay, sweater time. I started a sweater. Let's look when, because I think it's been a while. Not crazy while. Okay, July 12th. I started the Harvest by Tin Can Knits. It's a free pattern. And it is a really pretty, I'm going to show you, a really pretty cardigan. I'm not worrying about the pin because I want it opened. But when I started this, I kind of envisioned it would be like a summer cardigan where it'd be like short sleeves and just like an open cardigan. But as I started doing it, I started feeling like it would be such a nice winter cardigan because it's a worsted weight and it's thicker. So I kind of changed plans. But the problem with changing plans midway is you run out of yarn. So I had to introduce another color. So let me first show you what I have, and then I'll explain my thought process with the colors. So this is it so far. So it is a top-down cardigan, and what I love is you don't pick up for the collar, you do it while you're knitting it, and that's like my favorite thing to do. So it's really, really pretty. I'm doing the small medium. I don't understand why my needle is a 4.5 because it's supposed to be a 4 and a 5, and I can't understand why at this late stage of the game I'm knitting on a 4.5. I don't know what happened, but I really like how it fits, so I'm just gonna go with it. I don't understand what happened. Anyway, so my original thing was just gonna be, I had 2 balls of this Barocco worsted in a burgundy color, and that would have been enough for if I did like short sleeve sweater. I always have to crop things because I'm small, and hers is quite long in the pattern. So I knew that. But now that I'm changing it all up, I'm not gonna have enough yarn, and now I want it longer a little bit. I don't really need that small crop look. So I found, this yarn I bought too much of, and I have 1.5 balls left. So it's the patterns, like I said, the patterns wool in worsted in the gray color. And I thought it looked really nice with the burgundy. So I am striping it now at the bottom, and honestly, I'm just going with it. So I think it'll look cute. So I'm going to be striping it some more, and then I'll do this pattern for the bottom cuff type thing. And then I have to start with the sleeves. So the sleeves are going to have to be striped, even though I don't know how that'll look. I think it'll look okay. I'm going to stripe it. I'm just really nervous because this is all I have. So I'm going to try to maybe do like a little bit of one sleeve and a little bit of the other sleeve, just so I can get my colors right. I don't know. This is what happens when you change your mind, but it's also the amazing thing about being a fiber artist. You can just, you know what, I want to do this, and you just change your mind and go with it. And it's also very fun to do that. You feel very creative. Anyway, loving the pattern. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. I hope next time I see you, I'll have more. I think I should definitely have the body done. we'll see where I'm at. I've got this cute little progress keeper, the little popsicle for summer. And we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be a really nice cardigan. It's so soft already, so I'm excited about that. And I'm trying to just have one of each category, except for the blankets, because that got out of control. But like one sock project, one sweater garment project, one gift project. Yeah, I'm trying that to see so I don't get overwhelmed. But I needed a shawl one. So I will be showing you another time about my shawls. I started 2 shawls and they were big, and honestly by halfway I was just, I wanted them to be done. I wasn't enjoying it anymore. I was like, I just wanted this to be done, but they were really pretty, and so I kind of ended them, just ended. So they're like shawlettes, which is not a bad thing. It's just a shawlette thing. So anyway, I'm going to show you them in another podcast. They're just blocking actually right now, because I kind of like threw them aside and I thought, well, I can't show them all like this. So I just, they're going to be blocking, and then I'll be able to show you. Yeah, but I want to get back on the shawl train, because I do love shawls. I don't know what happened with those shawls. So last night, just last night, I thought I'm going to just start a shawl. You know, that's how I do things. And I found this really pretty, this has been in my Ravelry queue for a very long time. It's called Canny by Karie Westermann. I hope I'm saying that right. And it's just super pretty. And I thought I would do a very fall inspired shawl. So I had this yarn, which I probably showed on a previous podcast. Every year I do a swap. Pearls and Polish does a swap, yarn swap, and she sets you up with somebody, and then you send them a package and they send you a package, and it's a lot of fun. So this was from that, and I'd never used it. It's called Nerd Girl Yarns. And I thought, oh, that's really, really pretty and very fallish. And then I was thinking, what can I put with it? And I had this lichen and lace in the ginger snap. So it is in little balls here, because it looks like I started something, didn't like it, frogged it, now I have little balls. But that's okay. And I thought it would look really pretty with that. I'm really excited about it. I started it last night. I'll show you what I have so far. Oh, it's in my Noble Character Crafts bag. You'll see a lot of these, because I loved her bags. They're my favorite. Yeah, I started it last night. And so far I'm enjoying it a lot. It's funny when you start a shawl, because it's so small, you think, oh, I'm gonna have this done in no time. But you forget with every few rounds, it gets longer and longer and longer. And yeah, but the beginning always makes you feel like a winner. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. So that's what matters. I'm doing it on her suggested needle. I think it's 4mm needle. You'll notice also I only use wood needles. That's what I love. And we'll work on that. And hopefully I won't feel like it's just taken forever and it becomes a shawlette like its friends. Okay, what else did I want to tell you? Okay, oh, I have one more thing and I left it over there. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I have to show you this. put this on Instagram a few times, so I just really want to explain it. So 2024, I decided January 1st to start a temperature blanket. And I had some, I knew I wanted it in acrylic. I knew I wanted it worsted. I had some yarns that were just like in my yarn cabinet. And then I needed to buy a few, and I did buy Impeccable from Michaels. It's a really nice yarn. Oh, so soft and nice. So I first took all the yarns that I had and I made a little chart for myself. And I don't know why I did Celsius, because I'm a Fahrenheit girl, so I don't know why I did that, but I did. So I did it in groupings. So I live in Canada and it gets very, very cold sometimes. So it actually starts -11 to -17. And yes, I do have some days that correspond. And then I just did like -6 to -10, and I kept on going. And right now we're down here and I have 26 to 30. And yes, I have some that correspond to that too. So these are the colors I chose. And I found a pattern. Did I write it down? Oh, I hope so. Oh, I did. Good. It's called Ribbed Temperature Blanket by Gabrielle Vezina. I'll write it down below. I'm probably not saying her last name right. And I started it January 1st. Like I said, on 5mm needles. And I want to show you so far. So as you can see, I started it in January when it was cold. So here it is. It's very large. And then every day I do a stripe, and the stripe corresponds to the temperature. So okay. As you can see, it's getting warmer, and like the colors are getting warmer corresponding to what I picked. And we just had a heat wave, so we're right here. And I'm loving it. Like, I love it. I have to say I'm losing my mojo a little tad. Like, there are some days where I'm like, oh, I don't want to work on it. But mostly it's going well. I do want to see through to the end, because where are we? August. Like, I really want to get back to those colors. I think it would look super cool like that. I do weave in my ends sometimes. It's not too bad. One thing I got this yarn from Michaels, like the Impeccable, and as you can see, it's got like confetti in it, and I thought that would be fun to when it's a family member's birthday. So that day I don't do the temperature, I actually use that gray. So that's kind of fun. If you see that gray, oh, here, we have 2 January birthdays in our family. So that's one, and then there's that one. Unfortunately, we had a loss in our family, and I put the pink there just to symbolize that. Anyway, it's so much fun. I don't know. Am I doing another one next year? Hell no. But I'm gonna see it through, and it's gonna be really nice. And it's just a neat way of really, thinking about your year and the temperature and everything. So there's a ton of videos on YouTube about people who've done temperature blankets. If you're interested to see, like, there's so many ways you could do this. You could crochet it, you could knit it, you could crochet squares. Anyway, the creativity is endless, and this is just how I'm doing it. So I wanted to keep you, I won't show it every time I podcast, but maybe, once a month, like just as the seasons change around here, it'd be kind of neat to see. And I keep everything in this big basket. Okay, so that is it for my projects. I wanted to share with you few things I bought. And one thing I won. Okay, let's do the thing I won. So Amy from Noble Character Crafts does a Make 9 mal every year. And this year I decided to do a board. I did 2 boards. I did a whip board and I did a finished object board, and I posted them, and it's been a lot of fun. I have done some things from both boards, which I'm really pleased about. And yeah, it's just fun. It's just a nice way of kind of like organizing your thoughts and like thinking about, okay, what would I really like to do this year? I'm not going to get to everything because I'm always like finding new things, but that's okay. I really like doing it. Would definitely do it again. But she picks people periodically for prizes, and I was picked for a prize, and it was like the nicest thing. Like, it was just so sweet. So I got this beautiful yarn with pinks and greens. It's so summery. I think I'll probably keep it to next spring and then think of what I'm going to make with it. And it is by the Clay Pearl. The Clay Pearl? Is that what it's called? The Clay Pearl R yarn. I don't think we have this in Canada. I don't know. I haven't heard of this before. And this is called Garden Surprise. And then because Amy is like such a sweet person, she put in the cutest rainbow stitch markers. And I actually have one on one of my projects. So there was 3. Aren't they cute? Not stitch markers, progress keepers. Anyway, that was like the nicest surprise. All right. I did go to Yarn City in Toronto. And I saw a few of you there, and it was so nice, and you guys came up to me, and oh my goodness, it was like the sweetest thing ever. I enjoyed Yarn City. I enjoyed it. Is that what it's called? Yarn City? Why do I feel like I'm saying it wrong now? Knit City, that's it. It was overwhelming. It was huge and overwhelming, and I didn't know what to buy because I wanted it all. And it was, I think probably if I were to go again, I would have more of a plan. I thought I had a plan. I didn't have a plan. Anyway, I just want to show you quickly a couple of the treasures that I did pick up. Mayak yarn was there, and this is her Tibetan yarn, and it is like cashmere and baby yak. So it's not something you can just like, get easily. And I loved it. So this is a lace weight. I don't know what I'm doing with this yet, but it's so beautiful. So I got that. And then Full Moon Fibers were there, who I love. And I've been looking for like a beautiful red for a long time now, because I just think it'd be so pretty to have like a red hat and a red little scarf. And anyway, this is their bow. It's called Bow. And it's a perfect red. So I picked up that, and this was by Cabin Boy Knits, and it was their signature just for the event. So I thought that would be a lot of fun to get that. It's a DK, and it's called Knit City 2024. I thought it was really sweet. It's got like a little bit of red for Canada, and I don't know, just like some like really pretty colors in there. This is a DK, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing with it, but I'm happy I got that. And then the last thing I got was, this was just so interesting. The company's called Crazy About You. No, it's not called that. Crazy About Yarn. Look how cute. And they have taken pictures of the planets, and then dyed the yarn according to how the planets look. So this was Mars, and it doesn't really look like much right now, but when it's all knit up, it's just so spectacular. So I thought I'd get that as a fun shawl. So that was fun. All right, so that's what I bought at Knit City. I didn't go crazy, but I was looking for like some special things that I, you know, couldn't just get anywhere. Okay, just two more things I wanted to show you. One was my son went to Peru, and it was really sweet. He bought me back a little ball of yarn. They went in a yarn store, they took pictures for me, a video, and this is from alpaca. And they said that's the main yarn there. And it is so soft. It says DK. So I thought that was really sweet. I don't know what I'm doing with this. I got the pattern from Young Folk Knits, the party scarf. So I don't know, I can kind of see something like the party scarf with this, but we'll see. And then the last thing is just, I wanted to share with you is this. I found a moth. There's nothing worse when you're a knitter. You just think the world stopped. So I did some reading, what to do, and lavender. They don't like lavender. So sorry moths, but I bought lavender. I bought it off Amazon, taking a chance, and it's a linen and room spray in lavender, and it smells amazing. So I thought, what if it, stinks? Then I'm not going to want to put on my yarn, but it's really good. So I, just periodically spray all my yarn, and I hope that I never see one again. Okay, just wanted to show you all that, and that's about it. Yes, so I've shown you everything. Not everything, of course, that I've done in the past little while, but I think everything just to get you pretty much caught up. And so you can find me on Instagram, GrizzlieKnits, and you can find me on Ravelry. And that's about it. And I will see you in a few weeks. We'll see how much progress I make. And I'd love to know what you're working on. If you can leave me a comment, I love your comments. What you're working on right now, how your summer's going. I cannot believe we're like nearly halfway through August. That's crazy. I'm gonna have an interesting fall. Not quite an empty nest, but definitely a few birds are flying out. So maybe a little more time to knit, we'll see. Maybe more time to podcast. And that's it. So thank you so much for sticking around and for being here and for listening to everything. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.